What you got there?
I got some wings from Pluckers. Ever been to Pluckers?
Never been. Looks pretty solid, though.
You should come to Texas, Andy. Got one of the best chicken wing places in the world.
I'm learning so much about Texas from you, Jeremy, on all these podcasts.
I went to Chicago for you, dude. You should come to Texas. Return the favor.
This is true. Yeah,
Speaking of favors, can you do me a favor? I feel like I need some mustard on these wings. Can I get some mustard?
Yeah. You want some?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Here you go.
Shit. Why'd you throw it so low? God.
I can't do everything for you,
Dude, literally,
man.
just hand it to me. Just hand it to me. Why you gotta make things so hard, Andy?
You're the one that wanted wings from Pluckers, Cluckers.
Pluckers. Cluckers. I like that though. No one ever says that here. Pluckers, Cluckers.
I thought you said Cluckers, to be honest with
cool.
you.
Yeah. Just.
Damn, you're really getting in there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a weird guy. I love mustard on my wings.
Yeah, I just put that together. That's bizarre.
It tastes good.
I can't knock it till I try it.
Little ASMR for chicken.
You came for basketball analysis. You're staying to watch Jeremy eat his wings with mustard. Thanks for tuning in.
If Brian's not here, this shit goes fucking ape shit. It's just hell.
This is what happens when you let the boys go a little wild and cut the nets.
Brian's
guys.
my filter.
Yeah.
Always a great time at Cut the Nets, fellas.
Hi, everyone. So this is episode 32 of Cut the Nets. A little bit disorganized, a little bit unhinged, but it's because Brian...
Yeah, can you tell?
Yeah, I need a napkin. Can you give me a napkin? I'm fucking kidding. Sorry. His mic broke during a tech difficulty, so...
Can't have shit in Chicago these days.
Yeah. Thank you, though, to Tim Cook. Thank you, Tim Apple. We appreciate you.
Without you, I wouldn't be able to talk on this podcast.
Exactly.
Thanks, Timmy.
Without you, Tim. Without you. Anyways, yeah, Brian's out with a ACL and torn meniscus. He had to get surgery on those injuries last week, so he is in recovery mode. So Andy Diederich has volunteered to take his place as my acting co-host. So he has big shoes to fill. Andy, what's your shoe size?
Probably smaller than Brian's. Isn't he like 6 something, 6 foot?
He's like
something?
6'1", 6'2", or something. Yeah.
I wear a 10.5. That's not small, but it's not overly large. I don't know.
That's true. As soon as I finish this wing, we'll talk. I'm kidding. Let's talk about basketball. So, not really too much going on today. Also, we don't have a producer either. Everyone's just busy. So, but Zach, he will be back next week. He's been busy doing this tournament. I can't remember what it is, but it's a tournament, and he's like the audio engineer person for the tournament. So he's been, and there's like the playoffs. That's
important.
That's very, very important. No, I'm actually very proud of him. But yeah, well, not too much happened in the NBA news this week. Although today we did get news that Michael Jordan finally has agreed to sell the team, per Adrian Wojnarowski. It's been a long time coming. It really has. Michael Jordan has been the owner of the Charlotte Hornets for 30 years, even during his prime. It's like, what, 10 years now? I don't know.
A little longer than that, I think, but yeah.
Yeah. Like, the fact that they've only made one playoff run, and they, like, lost in the first round. This is, like, what, back in, like, 2016, I believe?
Something like that.
And the fact that they've been a bottom seeded team for most of their franchise history with Michael Jordan kind of makes you wonder, is he really the GOAT?
Don't ask the LeBron Cavs fan over here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Obviously, you're gonna agree that he's not the GOAT. That your boy LeBron is the GOAT. But I mean, mostly LeBron needs to just shut up and dribble for the most part. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't respect Laura Ingraham. I really don't.
Who does?
Yeah, my God. But yeah.
No offense, Fox News. Actually, no, all offense, Fox News watchers.
But no, we don't try to we don't try to do that at all. But let's get to a tweet here by Adrian Wojnarowski. Michael Jordan is finalizing his sale to the Charlotte Hornets in a group led by Gabe Plotkin and Rick. What the fuck kind of last names are those?
I couldn't tell you.
Plotkin and Schnall. Ending his third.
It's like a terrible law firm name or something like that.
Plotkin and Schnall firm.
Yeah, like you see that like on the side of the road. They're like, injured? Call us so we could take all your money and rob your family blind of your life savings so you can pay us because you got hit by a billboard. I don't know where I was going.
Got hit by a billboard. Billboards are like 15 feet tall. What?
Well, what if it falls? I don't know.
That's true.
I'm not saying you run into a billboard.
Oh, okay. I was like, you'd have to run into a billboard from pretty high feet. So yeah, he's ending his third 10-year run as a majority owner. You can definitely see his distraught look on his face because this literally took today. The picture took literally today. Actually, I might be wrong. I don't think that's true. But yeah, Jordan no longer a majority owner of the Charlotte Hornets. Andy, I mean, to your point, a disastrous tenure as Charlotte Hornets owner.
No, whether they were called the Charlotte Bobcats or the Charlotte Hornets, because that rebranding went through during his tenure as owner. There was just never really a good, consistent squad that they put out there. They were home to what was it? The lockout shortened season where they only played 66 games. When they went 7-59, that's the worst win percentage in league history. Yeah. And that was under Michael Jordan's tenure. Like you said, one playoff appearance, just absolutely abysmal. This team never really had an identity. Who was their best player that they've had consistently? Kemba Walker at the beginning when they drafted him. Gordon Hayward for a bit. I don't know, but when he came back from injury, really wasn't all that. I mean, even today, they have some guys that you recognize, but there's no real identity to this team. There's no toughness. There's no grittiness. You don't have kids across the country wearing Hornets jerseys. They don't care, unless it's LaMelo Ball. They do have LaMelo Ball jerseys. He's kind of the personality of their current team. Other than that, yeah. I mean, they're one of the most invisible teams in the league, and they have been for quite some time.
Yeah. To add to that, I mean, only kids know LaMelo Ball because he's a Ball brother. And LaMelo Ball is the only saving grace of the Charlotte Hornets culture right now. And the fact that they extended him to that big, huge contract, we'll see where that goes. But the Charlotte Hornets can't get any worse than they are right now. When it comes to having a winning culture, when it comes to having a balanced team, they drafted Brandon Miller, who's done pretty well in the summer league. They have Terry Rozier. They have, of course, LaMelo Ball if he stays healthy. Gordon Hayward if he also stays healthy. So they got a formidable team if all the players that I listed stay healthy and play well in their first season as a rookie. When it comes to Brandon Miller. So again, the Charlotte Hornets, they can't get much worse than this. I mean, it was worse 7-59, but that was at the start of Jordan's tenure as owner for the Hornets or the Bobcats, if you will. But after years and years of mediocrity and me just looking at the Hornets as just a poverty franchise and me just kind of turning a blind eye on them and their future. I mean, I loved Kemba Walker when he was on the team, but I only liked Kemba Walker. And when I was a novice basketball fan, I only knew that Kemba Walker was the only player on that team. That's kind of what my
yeah, pretty much.
And maybe a Plumlee brother or a Zeller brother.
They had a lot. I feel like when you talk about tall, mediocre white centers or power forwards, the Bobcats were home to a lot of them. Tyler Hansbrough, you might remember him. There you go.
Rings a bell, yes. Yeah.
That's a name, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, but
you ain't naming black players Tyler. No way.
Sure. Yeah.
I would. Have you heard of a black player named Tyler in the NBA?
Tyler Ennis.
Oh, Tyler Ennis. That's right. Damn. All right. Well, for the majority.
Other than Tyler Ennis.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
Tyler Hero's very white.
Tyler Perry, but he's not playing basketball. He's got a show and he's actually a really good actor. But, you know what I mean? I've seen more white players on the Hornets than black players. I'll be honest. During Kemba's tenure. Now, of course, that really isn't the case, but again, they can't get worse than this.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it really just hasn't gotten better. This Brandon Miller experiment, people are asking, is it the next big draft miss in like Hornets or the Bobcats during MJ's tenure? I know technically he's sold the team now, but 2012 they take Michael Kidd-Gilchrist 2, Bradley Beal goes next, and Damian Lillard goes 6th.
Yeah. Hey, they believe in Skip Bayless. They believed in his opinion of Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Well, of course.
The best player in the draft is Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And I'm like, yeah, no, you're freaking wrong. Absolutely dead wrong.
Yeah, well, Skip Bayless, a very trustworthy voice in sports, of course, has never made a wrong opinion, right? Absolutely.
Except his Spurs. He likes his Spurs.
Well, yeah, he won't. He also likes the Dallas Cowboys, so where's that gotten him?
Yeah, a lot of Stephen A. Smith cowboy hat memes. Just clowning on them. Absolutely clowning.
And those never get old for some reason. As a non-Cowboys fan, I love
them.
I
never do.
Yeah.
I like his new podcast. What's up?
I was just going to talk about more of Charlotte's draft misses if we want to go over how
sure. Let's just keep on just tearing it up with the Charlotte Hornets.
So this one, I have to give them somewhat of a pass on. 2013, they take Cody Zeller. There you go. They take him 4th.
Yeah.
A guy named Giannis goes 15th.
Wait, they take Cody Zeller?
The very next year.
Hold on a second. Yeah. Cody Zeller was with a 4th overall pick.
He was.
Oh, my God.
Out of Indiana University, baby. Go Hoosiers.
Gee, I mean, he's still in the NBA, but he's nowhere near a top 5 pick. Like,
no.
Okay.
So that was the Anthony Bennett year. We're not going to talk about that.
Tons of draft busts on that year.
So it was Anthony Bennett to the Cavs, Oladipo to the Magic, Otto Porter 3rd to the Wizards.
Damn.
I mean, this top 10's kind of rough. Because
Yeah,
Cody Zeller went 4th, Alex Len 5th, then Nerlens Noel, Ben McLemore, KCP went 8th.
KCP's the best player in that draft.
Yeah.
Well, like not in the top 10, I would say.
Yeah, right.
What's not in 10?
Trey Burke goes 9, CJ McCollum goes 10.
Okay, so CJ McCollum is the best out of the top 10. And then second goes KCP.
Yep.
And then third goes...
15th.
Third goes what? Victor Oladipo? Oladipo. I would say Oladipo. I mean, he was going to be a superstar until he ruptured his quad. So he would have been the best player in the draft if he didn't get injured, if he stayed healthy throughout his whole season. But
right, yeah.
Oh my! Well, they missed out on C.J. McCollum. KCP, like KCP is no slouch. He's a 2-time NBA champion, 3-and-D player, like a formidable player you want on someone's team, definitely.
Oh, and trust me, there's more draft mistakes for us to get into. The very next year, Michael Jordan's Charlotte Hornets took Noah Vonleh at number 9. At number 13, waiting for them, was Zach LaVine.
Oof.
Oh boy.
Oof.
See who else was picked after that.
Yeah.
Zach LaVine was after that. Yusef Nurkic went 16th. Gary Harris. Yikes.
Yeah. No.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't want to tear into the...
But wait, there's more. I mean, I kind of want to, because Michael Jordan led a travesty of a franchise. He couldn't get out of his own way. That's just my take. He's like, he thinks he's the best of all time, but yet his history with like drafting players or working with players that he wasn't on the court with, that played well alongside him, after the Chicago Bulls, have been terrible. Kwame Brown, first overall pick in 2001, I believe. 2001.
Yeah.
He played with Jordan because Jordan wanted to come back out of retirement and play, but he drafted Kwame Brown as president of basketball operations. Didn't go well. Jordan goes back to retirement, gets majority ownership with the Charlotte Hornets, and besides Kemba Walker and LaMelo Ball, what else you got?
Yeah, what picks did they really hit on?
Yeah.
I mean, what signings have they really hit on? Terry Rozier has really not been all that scary of a Terry since they signed him.
He's been all right.
He's been all right.
I wouldn't say he's like his Boston, scary Terry, but I mean, he's been all right.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. It just hasn't panned out as well.
I feel like they just need LaMelo Ball. As long as I have Ball on the court with the ball in his hands, he'll make Brandon Miller play better. He'll make Terry Rozier play better. He'll have a lot of players play a lot better. I'm also very excited from Miles Bridges, who comes back.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. He took his qualifying offer because, well, what else could he take, given his history? So, if LaMelo Ball stays healthy, the cards will align. The stars will also align for the Charlotte Hornets to possibly make a play-in team.
That's probably their ceiling, though, isn't it?
But again, they get better and better and better. I mean, Gordon Hayward is probably the only odd one out because of his age. But, he's a veteran presence alongside that. They just need more veteran players around. They got the pieces. They got rid of Jordan. I think this is good for the Hornets going forward.
Yeah. Optimistic outlook on the Hornets.
Yeah.
A new regime change actually helps with some teams, especially when they're kind of young and dysfunctional like the Hornets have been during MJ's entire regime. So there you go.
It's about damn time. That's all I'll say.
It's about damn time.
Yeah. All right.
So you want to hear some more?
Oh, God. Okay, fine. Let's go more.
Okay, there's like two more. And speed round. All right, here we go. 2015, they take Frank Kaminsky 9. Devin Booker's at 13.
Oh, Frank Kaminsky's he's still in the league.
Okay, would you rather have Frank Kaminsky the third or Devin Booker?
I mean, look at their current team in 2015, right? They have Kemba Walker, who's their shooting guard at the time.
Oh God.
I'll look it up.
I was about to say we're gonna have to look at this.
2015, was it 2015, 2016 Charlotte Hornets?
This would be if that was the 2015 draft. Yeah, 15. Whoever 15, 16. Was.
Okay.
What the hell would that be?
So, Steve Clifford. Damn. Hey, this is when they made the playoffs, though, too.
Okay.
This is when they were really good.
Yeah, they went 48-34. Looks like.
Yeah.
Jeremy
Daniels?
Lamb. Troy Daniels.
And Jeremy Lamb and Courtney Lee. Yeah, they really could have been. They really should have. Yeah, they really should have chosen because these are all just bench players or bench warmers or rotation players that might fall out of the rotation.
Yeah, especially because they still had Cody Zeller on the roster. They gave up on him immediately. Jeez.
Yeah, I guess they thought because they went 48 and 34 that they're like, okay, this is a team for the future. We're gonna get better than this and
Guess not.
improve. Guess not. All right, what's the next pick you got? I feel like you got two more or one more. Let's do one more.
2017. I like this one a lot. 2017. They take Malik Monk at 11. That's not a bad pick. Okay.
He wasn't really playing
Donovan Mitchell. Yeah. Donovan Mitchell goes 13.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun fact, they are both in my top 20 redraft, though.
Yeah, the 2017 redraft. Hey, there you go.
Yeah. But the thing is, Malik Monk didn't really shine until he hit LA, until he went to LA and actually was utilized perfectly, and then he took that and expanded on it on the Kings, which is where he is now. And I think that
he has a great role on the Kings.
He does,
and that's going to be a team to watch out for sure.
I mean, his performance in LA granted him a spot with the Kings, a primary spot. So I feel like it took a while. He's kind of reminding me of a player that takes a while to get going. Maybe 2 or 3 years, people think, oh, he's just a draft bust. There's no why did the Hornets pick this guy, and then he just goes off because he was not coached well or didn't have a good owner or just normal basketball things, right?
Yeah. Well, it does make you think. Is it the fact that all these Hornets picks have missed? Was it really that they didn't have the talent or potential, or was it that within their system there wasn't a culture or just the ability to foster these guys into becoming stars, superstars, whatever it is?
I don't know. I think it's the culture. You're right. You said before the fact that they don't really have a culture, or they haven't had a culture even when they went to the playoffs that year in 15-16. They still didn't have a particular direction. I feel like they were just happy to be there and not really sure where to go from there. In that case, and therefore that's why they this is their trajectory. That's pretty much the Hornets. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's pretty much.
Yeah, that was uncharted waters for them, was actually making the playoffs and trying to make a run or something.
Yeah, but when you make the playoffs, you intend to be back in the playoffs a second year, which is not what they did.
And they have not been since.
Nope. I think we can conclude that.
That was good.
That was good. Yeah, I think that was very good. Another news: James Harden may not be going to the Clippers. There's been a lot of trade rumblings about James Harden requesting a trade to the LA Clippers, which I think will be hilarious because you got James Harden, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook, just like 4 has-beens. Paul George and Kawhi still are great. They're just not healthy. Yeah. The only person that's healthy is Westbrook, and he's not 2016 Westbrook. He's chucking up shots emphatically Westbrook in my way. So, and then you got James Harden, who's not Houston James Harden. However, he's a good facilitator. He's just, of course, not going to get you exactly what you want or need, especially come playoff time. So, I feel like the Clippers are looking at that, and they want, okay, we want James Harden and another player. We want Tyrese Maxey. And Philly's like, no, you're not taking Tyrese Maxey. He stays here. He's with us. And I'm like, okay, fair. That's good. And you got Joel Embiid, right? You got him talking in front of a crowd saying he's not really sure about the process anymore. He wants to win either here or it can be with any other team. Zach. I want to say Zach. Andy, Philadelphia is in a much more serious, awful situation than I thought they would be. They're in a boiling seat, not the hot seat. And I'm not sure if trading James Harden will really help them out. Or even keeping him, for that matter.
It seems like they lose no matter what happens. You either have to deal with this. I mean, I'd say he's still like almost superstar status. He has that just kind of aura about him still.
20 and 10 player, I would say.
Yeah, right, yeah. You either have to go through the season with a very disgruntled guy whose trade value is only going to get lower since the fact it's already pretty low because he wants out, and then as it gets closer to the deadline, you're going to be more and more desperate to trade him. Or, like, you trade them, and it sounds like you're going to have to give up some players that you don't want to give up, and you're just going to have to regress a little bit because, I mean, I've just never seen a team they finished third in the Eastern Conference this year?
Yeah.
And we're one win away from
the
Eastern Conference Finals, right? Yeah. I've just never seen a team to, like, get that close to, like, making a conference finals just be so dysfunctional and seem like they're just in such a mess right now. Like, most teams would be dying to be in that spot going into this next season. Is it, what's the common denominator here? Is it James Harden just destroys the teams that he goes to, doesn't get his way and then requests a trade? I just don't understand why this is happening to a team that was so dominant this year.
It is kind of strange because, like, we always thought that Harden, before we get into this, like, sort of trade idea that this guy made, I just want to shout him out because he's got, like, 145 views. He's got it's a decent trade looking. The fact that he was in Houston, and for the longest time we believed that he would be in Houston and be like, let's win a championship here. Let's bring players from other teams that I could work well with and win a championship here in the H. And then I guess he realized that just wasn't enough for him, and he's like, all right, since I can't win here, I'll go elsewhere. And then now he has that attitude where it's like, all right, since I can't win here, I'll go elsewhere after 1 or 2 years max in each team, or hell, half a season with the team. So and this, I guess this trade scenario is actually probably the best bet for this team, but I feel like the Bulls get the short end of the stick with this though, because Zach LaVine is better than Tobias Harris. I'll say that without a doubt.
Yeah, there's no debate there.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Bulls definitely get the short end of the stick with this one. I mean, the Sixers, they get Zach LaVine, they get some decent role players in Powell and Marcus Morris. Batum is kind of just a stationary shooter. Exactly what he says. Yeah. Literally, stationary shooter. Marcus Morris. It says it. It's like literally. That's funny as hell.
It's kind of rude, but I mean, they're not wrong.
I mean, they're saying Marcus Morris is a stationary shooter, but I feel like Morris plays in defense.
They could too, man.
But the Clippers get James Harden and PJ Tucker.
One of the greatest role players of all time, in my opinion.
Dude, any basketball player is jealous of PJ Tucker's durability. And he's Tucker, like, 38, 39 years old, plays all 82 games. Just gives up and sacrifices his whole body to go for a loose ball or a rebound.
Yeah, can still guard one of the better offensive players in the other team, too. Or if you're the Houston Rockets a couple years ago, you have him guard centers that are 6 or 7 inches taller than him, and he does well.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. What was fun?
When watching him, a 6'6" guy guard 7'4".
Oh, yeah, that was definitely fun, especially in the bubble.
Yeah.
I would say PJ Tucker was his best in 2018 with the Rockets. Every game that I saw in the Western Conference Finals before Chris Paul went down, I just always found him in the right place at the right time and on the offensive end, just grabbing that offensive rebound over Looney, over Durant, just over tall players that should get those rebounds. But hey, that actually might be not a bad trade, but I don't think the Bulls are going to do it because they still think that they believe that they got Zach, DeMar DeRozan, Vucevic as the core three. And
I guess I'm the resident Bulls writer for BSP, so I've kind of been speculating on this for a little bit. I just don't understand how they made the 4 or 5 seed a couple years ago, got immediately wiped by the Sixers in 5 games, and are continuing to pay this trio. Can you even call it big three?
It's actually the mid three. You know how we called the mid three the Knicks with Barrett and Randall and Brunson. This is actually the real mid three.
Yeah, at least the Knicks went somewhere. The Bulls, play in, loss. I don't know. I just don't understand why they keep continuing to pay these guys and are seeing very little thing on the court, and then their executives continue to be like, nope, we're going to build around what we have and change absolutely nothing. Just mind-blowing to me. Levine is the only one that should stay. I mean, DeRozan, I feel like, is not on that bad of a contract, but he's not getting any younger.
No, he's 34, 35 now.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's a monster of the mid-range and stuff like that, but if you're going to pay those guys and hope to sneak into a 7 seed or something like that, I mean, what do you expect? I see why Bulls fans are so upset about this. Just absolutely up in arms. It's ridiculous.
It's a matter of time before those mid-range shots won't fall in consistently. I mean, it's called father time.
Get older, you can't elevate as high.
It's called your daughter keeps screaming at you every single year because you haven't made the playoffs. Type of time. That's just kind of how it is.
DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan. She got to be there in every single game. She got to just drop out of school.
Unsung hero of the Raptors Bulls 2023 play-in game.
Oh yeah, that was a great game. Yeah, no, Mark Jones just making fun of that at the whole playing game when she was screaming was to die for. It was amazing. But that being said, getting back to James Harden, what I think will happen is that he will stay with the team and kind of do a Rockets thing where he'll sort of inflate himself artificially.
Man, Harden, let's go.
And try to request a trade after a few games into the season. That's his move right there. Because with Nick Nurse as the new coach, he won't tolerate that shit. He's gonna try to find someone to get Harden out, and it's like that thing where you don't want me here, but you can't trade me. Well, I'm gonna make you trade me. I'm gonna make you get me out of here. That's what Harden will do, and he can't do it right now, obviously, because we're still in the NBA offseason. He can only tweet, or he can only hope that his agent gets a trade deal across, but it really hasn't been going well with that. So I think ideally he's going to take matters into his own hands and do it himself, just like James Harden will do.
It's worked before.
It's worked
Fat
twice.
Harden
Fat Harden was such a meme, and I fucking hated it.
You probably hated it as a Rockets fan, but just as
I was like, just leave, just go, get out of here. We don't belong here.
Get out of here.
I was so on DeMarcus Cousins' side.
Oh God, the Boogie Rockets. God.
Boogie Rockets, man. Hey, by the way, if you got Kings and Rockets on your crossover grid, put DeMarcus Cousins. Definitive 0.2%.
Probably pretty low.
Yeah. Or Ty Lawson if you want.
Now, what the hell made you think of Ty Lawson just now?
I don't know why, but I just thought Ty Lawson for some. Because I remember he signed with the Rockets in 2016 or 2015, 2016. And he sucked ass. It was terrible. And then signed with the Kings the following season, and was even worse and got dropped by the team. I don't know.
I feel like I'm gonna watch some Ty Lawson highlights tonight.
Nuggets highlights, you mean?
That's when he was good.
Yeah. It's like the only highlights you'll ever see.
He was Jamal Murray before Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
Not really, but oh well.
But yeah. Hey, Andy, you ever heard of dropping dimes?
I have. Why do you ask?
It's the Twitter page, Dropping Dimes. Let me preview it to you guys. Dropping Dimes 50 is one of the. He is the number one source. I'm gonna pull it up here. Number one source for NBA and rumors. And like he shows it himself. By the way, like shout out to Elon Musk for changing the logo. We don't approve of it. Fuck that. Honestly, like I miss the Twitter logo. But seriously, he has no profile picture. I don't even know if it's a he. I don't even know the pronouns of this person, this individual. But number one source for NBA news and rumors, been pretty much 100% all the way through this offseason on predicting things before Shams and Woj even tweet anything or X anything. What is it now? X now or Xing? I don't know.
I don't like that. Sounds like you're like censoring a word.
Yeah, this is what I mean. We have seen Harden in the past when it comes to forcing trades. If he is set on the Clippers, he will be on the Clippers.
I was not expecting Fat Harden.
Like we're so he's going to the Clippers. And let me see here. Let's go all the way down here.
I remember seeing this at first, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But then the person, whoever runs this account, was actually like kind of spot on with some of these.
Yeah.
I was just shocked. I don't know.
He was actually wrong about Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah.
But he was right about Russell, Reeves, and Hachimura. Also, Chris Middleton will sign to stay in Milwaukee. This was before this was announced by Woj and Shams. Fred VanVleet to Houston is still barring any last-minute changes. This actually happened. I believe it happened the next couple of days.
It was right when free agency started, so I believe that's correct, yeah.
Harry Max Strus to Cavs.
Yep.
3-year, $130 million deal for Fred VanVleet. 3-year, 102 deal for it's right on cue.
Makes you think,
who is this person? I want to know.
Is this person running in that they can do this?
Knicks likely to add all-star player this offseason. Hasn't happened.
Well,
Dame to Miami. Good for Dame. Dame to Miami. No, this is not going to work. I don't believe that, actually. You know where I believe Dame's going to go?
Sacramento. No, I'm kidding. Where?
That would be weird.
That would be really weird. Don't like that.
You'd have to trade Fox, and Fox would have to go. Like it would suck though.
Don't do that.
We don't do that. Dame is going to the Brooklyn Nets. That's my guess. The Nets have a lot more draft capital, a lot more assets. If Dame wants to go to Miami, the Nets will have to pitch in a 3-team deal, but I don't think that they're going to do that. Not with having Cam Johnson signed for a 4-year deal, Mikal Bridges, Nick Claxton, who else is on the team? It's like a mainstay. Is it?
I mean, they got a squad of young
Cam
guys,
Thomas
though.
too. Cam Thomas is on that team as well.
Oh yeah.
Spencer Dinwiddie, forgot about him. But yeah, they got a pretty decent haul of players since that Kevin Durant trade, along with and Kyrie Irving trade. So they're going to be the D'Angelo Russell-less Brooklyn Nets once again. And Mikal Bridges is going to take his role. That's my prediction there. But if they really wanted to go forward and pull another Billy King move, they would get Damian Lillard, and they would just give up all their fucking assets.
Yeah, they definitely have the whether it's draft picks or just young guys that Portland would be looking to rebuild around to have. Do you think that they would be able to keep like Mikal Bridges or Cam Johnson untouchable, or is nobody untouchable? Does one of them have to go? I doubt they deal Mikal Bridges.
Nah, they're not. I don't think they would probably have Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson untouchable because they just signed Cam Johnson to that long deal, and Mikal Bridges, went off following the trade to Brooklyn. 25 points per game and whatnot, and so I don't think that they're gonna want to give them away. I think Spencer Dinwiddie's an option. I think they're probably might give up a lot of draft capital there, and of course their first round picks that they got from Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. So I think they'll do that. I mean, Portland, they need to get rid of Lillard. They don't have a space for him. I mean, they have Scoot Henderson, who's going to be their focal point. You got Anthony Simmons, who's young. You got Shaedon Sharpe, who's in his second season. You've just signed Jeremy Grant to that crazy deal, which I think will backfire on them. And then you got Yusuf Nurkic, which is a weird predicament.
He's been there for a while now, hasn't he?
He's pretty much a what do you call it? A Nick Collison role.
Nick Collison role.
like
these names
OKC Thunder, Nick Collison role.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Thunder, I will call the OKC team a dark horse to get Damian Lillard.
That I'm actually shocked. That's the first time I've heard that, because that does make a lot of sense.
Perfect sense.
All of the picks they have and all of the guys under like 23 or 24 that they have. Most of their team, I think, is like 22 or 23 at most.
Yeah. I mean, Lillard will have a lot of talent around him, especially with Shea being the main scorer. They would have to give up Josh Giddey. I'm not sure where Josh Giddey would go. That's the thing. He's a point guard.
Yeah, he's not going to fit on Portland specifically.
No, he's
not. This would be like a 3-team deal. Like he would have to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Have Miami.
Yeah.
Dude,
he goes to Miami.
He goes to Miami, and Miami gets the short end of the stick. Actually, I mean, getting Josh Giddey is a good deal for Miami. They would have their point guard situation solved because they have Kyle Lowry. What the fuck? I mean, Kyle Lowry, no way. You know, they don't have Gabe Vincent no more. They lost Max Strus. So, like, getting a guard especially a guard as good as Josh Giddey, is very, very palpable.
Yeah, they need to retool, and they need to retool now because the clock with Jimmy Butler as their superstars running out for sure. Yeah. Whether it happens to be Giddey or whoever they can pick up.
I think getting Giddey is a great time for Miami. I think so.
You know what? I feel like as long as Miami involves himself in this Portland deal, I feel like they're going to get better no matter what.
Yeah.
Now that you kind of bring that up, especially if it happens to be like a 3-team deal with Brooklyn or OKC or something, because they do need to retool a bit. Not that Gabe Vincent and Max Strus like made or break their team, but that's a big reason why they made the playoff run in the first place. Those guys couldn't freaking miss down the stretch in the playoffs.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd that they chose to keep Caleb Martin and not try to re-sign Vincent or Strus. I feel like Caleb Martin only had a good series against the Celtics. He was all right in the other playoff series. Was terrible in the NBA Finals.
Abysmal.
Which I definitely saw coming. But against the Celtics, it was just lights out. He was pretty much like Kevin Durant, but shorter.
So that's what they called me in high school, you know.
They did.
Yeah, when I was sitting the bench and only got into the games when we were down 30.
But you just not you would knock down shots. You would cut the lead to 27.
Yeah, like the Chris Paul cuts lead to 42 with a big three. That was me. I have highlights.
Andy's huge 3-pointer cuts the lead to 27. Nice.
I mean, like that's literally the truth. Unfortunately, but somebody had to do it.
I mean, the truth hurts. It's also very funny. Hey,
I'm like that.
Got to seek truth through funny, man. Melo and LeBron was there. What was that?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if Lillard goes to OKC, they probably have to give up Josh Giddey, J-Dub, not J-Will.
Most likely. I mean, if it wasn't for Paolo, he would have had a chance to win Rookie of the Year. Probably would have won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. And like 4 or 5 first rounders.
Because they have so many. I feel like it's pocket change to them if they're getting Dames.
So then you have Damian Lillard, Shea, J-Will, Chet Holmgren. Shea goes Alexander. Dude, yeah.
They're going to keep Poku, whatever his name is, Alexei Poku's. I can't pronounce his last name.
Well, that is it for Cut the Nets episode 32. We hope you guys enjoyed our short podcast episode, just 45 minutes or so. Again, not much happened in the NBA news, unfortunately. Right, Andy? not much really
And that-
happened.
I mean,
but hey,
it's a slow week.
it's a slow week. But hey, we'll cough up some more stuff. We'll do some fake news if you want, whatever. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure to give that a like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss a Cut the Nets episode every single week. Thanks, Andy, for covering for Brian Ramos, who's suffering from his meniscus and ACL tear. Wish him a speedy recovery. And
Godspeed.
Yeah, Godspeed. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.